know you're willing to take me all the way. You got me right here, combustible, and I can't wait to finally explode. The big, big bang, the reason I'm alive. When all the stars collide in this universe inside. The big, big bang. The big, big bang. The big, big bang. Some people like to talk, but I'm into doing what I feel like doing when I'm inspired. So if we take off.
Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Passing the Crown with me, Academy Award winning African American actress Halle Berry. And I'm joined today by somebody that looks very familiar. I think you're all going to know who he is, but I'm going to let him introduce himself. I'm joined by Macaulay Dodd.
Yes, how are we?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Confessions of a Steroid Gang.
Yeah, that is me. That is me.
Hooked. I was hooked.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all right, considering.
I was hooked, mate. 3 episodes on iPlayer. Go and check it out.
Yeah, watch that.
But yeah, because obviously this will make no sense otherwise
Yeah,
if you
been
don't.
watching that. Yeah.
I was hooked.
It's right. Thank you, man.
Yeah, fantastic. You came across fantastically. And you really piqued my interest for a number of reasons. So what we're going to do is going to get straight into it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what it is that you were probably best known for.
Yeah, but literally just known for manufacturing and supplying steroids. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
not just manufacturing, but it was quite a
Well,
successful
listen,
business.
Yeah, listen, it was global. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was worldwide, man.
Yeah, and you were. How much allegedly? How much were you making?
So they were estimating that we imported £2.2 million worth of the raw, the compound itself that you cook up like.
Yeah.
So that's their estimation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think they were off at all?
I don't know what to say.
Okay, that's fine. So talk to us about the raw compound. So for me, I'm not a steroid user, as you can tell. I'm not a steroid user. I am familiar with steroids and performance enhancements.
Okay.
What do we mean by the raw compound?
So the raw compound is basically so you got testosterone, trenbolone, equipoise, all them sort of ones. That's the steroid itself, which then that's the thing that basically gets you big, the chemical itself.
Yeah. And so that was what you were importing from China, was
That's
it?
what we were importing and cooking up. Yeah.
So we'll say we.
Yeah.
This gets even deeper and more interesting, guys. It's fascinating. So you and your dad.
Me and my dad, me and my old man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my dad, yeah.
Bit of a legend, actually. Quite.
He's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. You know what? For my dad, yeah.
Yeah.
He's on job, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So we'll go back a little bit prior to that. So what was your early life like?
Do you know what, mate? I had a really, really good upbringing.
Yeah.
It all started, I moved to Spain when I was younger, at the age of 10 or 11, and I moved back in my teenage years. And then when my mum and dad split up, my mum stayed in Spain and my dad moved back with me and my eldest sister. And shit sort of just hit the fan then. From then on, really, I just started getting naughty. And I had alopecia, I lost all my hair, which was a big struggle, So I think that sort of made me just not give a fuck about, anything sort of thing. I've been stripped of my hair, man, at a fucking young age. So it sort of made me a bit just fearless and careless and, many other things, yeah.
So you obviously suffered from alopecia. We all know that's stress induced.
Stress, man.
What were you stressed about?
Do you know what? Listen, my life was amazing before my mum and dad split up. I was very family orientated, and then I'd just been stripped of this. I had a really good life before I moved to Spain. So I think the breakup, I just couldn't really cope with it, because I was a really nice child, you know what I mean? And then, yeah.
I think you'll admit yourself, you didn't like your dad, did you?
I couldn't fucking stand him, man. But you know what? Listen, vice versa. He must have fucking been sick of me because I was a nightmare, do you know what I mean? So yeah.
From watching the show, it starts off very much about your relationship with your dad, and kind of how that just escalated into just non-stop. It reminded me very much of siblings, like your relationship with your dad. Did you at the time kind of see him more as kind of like a sibling, just like an annoying older brother?
Do you know what? I didn't really see him as much, to be fair. It's
Well,
just like, we just used to fucking argue all the time and fighting, and yeah, it wasn't good at all, to be fair. So there was no relationship for me to class him as, do you know what I mean? It was just up in the air 24/7, yeah.
yeah. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I've got an older brother and two sisters, yeah.
Okay. So when you were living with your dad,
Yeah.
um, what was it? What was it that you kind of irritated you the most, but kind of stopped you from leaving?
Do you know what it was? Obviously, I'd moved again back from Spain,
Yeah.
and I'd started setting my life up again now in the UK. So to go back to Spain again was just like another massive stress. And I've got in with I started hanging around my brother and his mates. So I got a group of mates, and I was just like settling in. Do you know what I mean? And I was just used to being back in the UK. So going to Spain was sort of a no-go. Like it was, yeah, off limits. Yeah,
Makes sense. So your brother
yeah,
trained at the gym.
yeah, man.
Yeah. And as the younger brother,
You want to
you,
be the older
you
brother,
want
don't you?
you want to be the bigger one.
You want to be the
Yeah, you'll do anything
yeah,
to be
yeah.
better than your brother. So you got actually serious about training though, didn't you?
Yeah, do you know what? I took it really serious. I don't when come back and I went to school. I only done year 9 in school. So when I obviously because I wasn't in school for year 10 and 11, I had fucking nothing to concentrate on. Do you know what I mean? I was just up to no good and this and that. And then I found the gym. Well, my brother got me into the gym, like, and then that was it. Then them years, I was very focused on just lifting and yeah.
I think people don't talk about this enough and shout about it enough, like the impact on your mental health it has when you go to the gym and training. And
Oh, amazing.
yeah,
Even at that young age now, I remember walking around thinking I was the fucking bollocks. Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? Literally.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you at this point know anything really about steroids?
Nah, nothing.
Nothing.
Just that you injected them and you could take like I was clueless. Like I was
Yeah.
only young. Yeah, I was like 14, 15.
Yeah. Was your brother on them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what age did you first take steroids?
Anyway, I can't remember. It's a while ago, and if I'm honest, I've smoked a lot of weed since then. So,
Okay.
so if I'm honest, it was around 14, 15. 15 years old, let's just say I had my first jab, yeah.
Okay. What did that do to you? Honestly, as a 14-year
Um,
old injecting that, what do you feel like it did to you?
give me some problems in the future, like definitely 100%. But looking back at the time, not much, man. It just made me feel like fucking like I
Invincible.
was yeah, like some superhuman sort of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
literally.
Yeah, I asked that because I think, there are some kids, there's a lot of fat kids there, but there are some kids who want to
There
get
is.
yeah, who want to get into shape and
Yeah,
who are fascinated with the gym.
yeah.
I think through this age of social media that we live in, because when we were growing up, social media wasn't a huge thing. I mean, for me, it wasn't even there.
I think even just the last 10 years, social
Yeah,
media has
it's
become huge.
massive.
Like, do you know what I mean?
So now everyone is like, oh, I'm going to be massive. I'm going to go to the gym. So they start thinking it at a younger age. So my question would have been like, would you want, if you had a 14-year-old son, would you want him to be?
No,
No.
no. But there's the difference in having a bit of a guidance. There's the family part
There
and
you go.
the father and. So it all comes into the small factors that make one big. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
So I think for you, were you without that guidance, without that stability, that added to the reason that you
well,
kind of,
the guidance I had was my older brother, really, and and he's not fucking my dad. He's just a normal young lad himself. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? So he doesn't really know what to be teaching me, and so I just literally jumped on board, sort of thing.
Were you a bit of a nightmare when you kind of reached 16 and that
Yeah, I
kind of,
was I was naughty from 13 onwards. Yeah, I got naughtier and naughtier. Yeah, to be
what were
honest,
you doing?
all sorts, drugs, selling a bit of drugs, fights. I was sessioning on drugs for days at that age, and just rebellious, naughty, like yeah, just
Yeah.
just a lot really, like.
Yeah, and I think you're really honest and open about that. There's no sugarcoating it for you.
Yeah, of
You're not trying
course.
to.
Listen, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I've lived a bit of a life, so it's nice to be able to just when you move on, it's nice to let go and talk about it. And do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely. And I completely agree. And when I started watching the show and I was watching on the show, I knew that this wasn't just a dealer, like a local dealer. It wasn't just somebody that, you know, was trying to be big shot. You know, it was always like you had a real passion for it. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
listen, I fucking loved it. Do you know what I mean? And it is what it is. I did love it. I loved doing what I was doing at the time. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but
So
that
how old were you when when you got into the actual kind of
the
the
business.
business? Yeah.
I was 18.
Wow. So you were really young then.
Yeah, 18. Yeah,
Jesus. Okay. Right. So I know obviously your dad had spoke to a bloke in a pub
yeah,
and was like, "Dave, you know what? We should probably sell some steroids." And
yeah,
like
yeah.
cracked on. Sometimes it is really that easy to get into
Listen,
something.
sometimes you just got to be in the right place for a bit of networking. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly what it
Yeah.
is. So when your dad approached you about it, what were your initial thoughts?
Do you know what? So it was a bit crazy, yeah. So my dad used to be a fisherman and he was a cockle picker. And back in the day when it was really good, yeah. The money was shit hot. So when we spoke and he's like, "Look, I've got a job for you there." So in my head now I'm thinking, it's fucking right. I've got a job here now, legit, where I'm gonna get some good dough in the
Oh,
bank. Do you know what I mean? And then he's come to me. He's come to me with this like a see-through, like big massive plastic box, and he's been like, "I want you to start boxing these up, and then we'll go from there." And it wasn't sort of like I'm doing this, and do you want to be involved? It was like, "Yeah, look, do you know what I mean?
so did you not
Get
know what
cracking."
was in there?
Nah, they hid it from me for a little bit, you know. I was clueless because I was in and out the house quite a lot, and I was getting kicked out, back in. You know, there was no need in his eyes to tell me really. Do you know what I mean? Bit of a loose cannon. So yeah, he hid it. He hid it from me. The fucker, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd have fucking got in earlier.
Okay. So you start boxing boxing things for him
Yeah,
and doing all
as
of that.
simple as that. Yeah,
How long were you doing that for?
week.
A week. And then
And
what
that just
happened?
started scaling up then straight
Yeah.
away. He needed me, and I was there to offer me services. Yeah, of course.
So when he told you what it was,
Yeah, I knew straight away when I seen the files. Do you know what I
right?
mean? I'd
Okay.
been taking steroids in the past. I'd
Yeah.
seen them in the past. I've been around them for years before, just not that sort of
Yeah.
way. Do you know what I mean?
Did you understand? Because this is now I'm 36, mate, and I still, until I watched that show, I still did not understand that they were that hot on steroids, like the police, and I didn't even know it was that big of a deal. Did you know?
I don't think steroids are a big deal. I think it was the scale of the operation,
Right.
which they
Okay.
didn't like. Do you know what I mean?
So steroids are a class C.
Yeah,
Okay. What else is in a class C?
no idea.
Weed.
No, I think we'd be now, which is fucking
See,
crazy. Do you
kids,
know what
don't
I
do
mean?
drugs because I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's yeah, yeah,
Um, so it was. This is why I was so confused, is because I think it's the intent to supply
yeah.
that's illegal.
So right. So this is the law. Basically, it's legal to possess for use,
Yeah.
but illegal to sell, to buy in bulk and sell in. Do you know what I mean? It's
So how are
illegal to.
you? So say I wanted to go on steroids now. Surely it would be illegal for somebody to sell them to me. Is that right?
What do I mean? Yeah, it's illegal to sell them. Yeah,
So how am I supposed to get
it's
them?
crazy. There's no common sense in it
So
whatsoever.
it's legal for me to have them and use them.
You could get pulled over by the police now, and you could have a bottle of test and say, example, some D-ball or whatever, and they couldn't do absolutely nothing because you could just say, "Look, mate, it's personal use," and they'd let you go. But if you had a few, do you know what I mean? Then right, suspicion, do you know what I mean?
But if I
Attempted
snitch
supply.
on the person that sold them to me,
Oh yeah, he'd be
he'd
he'd
be
be getting looked at, wouldn't he? Yeah, of course, man.
madness.
Yeah, crazy.
How does that make sense?
They fucked up really, haven't
It
they? Quite a bit. Do you
really
know what
does
I
not
mean?
make
And it's
sense.
mad because the doctor, you can get prescribed it by the doctor.
Well, I wouldn't arrest the doctors,
Do you
will
know what I
they?
mean?
No.
So the goal falls down to the government, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you know, I'm a novice
Yeah,
to any performance enhancement drugs. I'm just naturally massive.
it's huge.
No. What different types of steroids have we got?
So many. We've got testosterone
So,
based.
what does testosterone do to you?
So it's like obviously you produce your own natural testosterone, don't you? It gives you
Yeah.
more energy, focus. I'd say like discipline, motivation. It burns fat, increases muscle, bigger appetite, loads. Massive confidence booster. That's probably one of the biggest ones
So
for me.
that's test.
That's test, and then the rest they've all got different types of. So like trembolone.
So on Trem,
Yeah, man.
right? Now, this is the one I have heard about, and this is
Yeah.
the one that everybody in my life tells
World,
me personally to avoid because they know I'd be in prison.
worldwide trend below, and everyone's heard of
So,
it.
what does that do? What's the effects of it?
I'd just say it just makes you. I think personally, mentally fucks you up. Like I was saying on the documentary, it gives you like, for me anyway. Listen, I'm not speaking for every Trenbolone user, but this is my opinion, which I've took it on and off for a few years.
Good for you.
Yeah, intrusive thoughts, paranoia, rage. It burns fat at a massive rate, like really fast, builds muscle really easy. They're the benefits of it. I don't think it's good at all. I think the anger that you get from Trenbolone, is fucking crazy, man.
Okay.
Crazy. That with increased test, you know what I mean? I think the average male, or it used to be, was the points, because your test gets scored on points, so it's like 27.7 to 30. I think when you start injecting testosterone, it can go up to like 300, 400, 500 points, which, do the math, is fucking crazy. Like, so that with Tren, imagine what it's doing to your head.
Were you on that?
Yeah, 18, 19, yeah.
But what did it genuinely do to you? Were you an
I was
angry?
angry because I had anger anyway,
Same.
so it amplified that. It made that worse. It made it come out a lot easier. Like, even just like a bit of a spilt cup of tea, fuck, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Best
Like,
avoid that.
yeah, avoid Tren, man. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
not good.
Okay. What else have we got that people might have heard of?
You've got Deca.
And what does that do? What's
So that's very watery, makes you very watery.
Right.
Good for your joints. It's like a lube for your joints. I know people use it in very, very mild doses to keep your joints nice and healthy. But other than that, not much. Increased size, bit of strength. You've got Masteron, that cuts you down, keeps your skin nice and tight.
Can you take a combination of these?
Yeah, of course. So people can make them with all these single compounds in, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do you can do whatever you want with them. Do you know what I mean? It's up to the individual how they're feeling on
Awesome.
where they want to push it.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So, thanks for the education session though, because that is actually genuinely
Yeah,
fascinating to
there's
someone like
loads,
me.
man.
It's fascinating.
Yeah,
Well, I want to move on to a little bit of kind of you're in your flow. Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? So you've started kind of getting them imported. So I know, obviously, having watched the show, I know that you had to have people to send them to
yeah.
and addresses and stuff. Um, how did that come about?
It's pointless sending them to your own address, isn't it? Really. So you might as well, as bad as it sounds, and you sort of use people, but at the same time, they need money, so they're sort of using you as well. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's vice versa. It's not just a one way
Did you
system.
trust the people that you were sending them to?
Yeah, what are they gonna do with them?
No, but I mean, do you trust they weren't going to go and snitch on
Oh
you
yeah, of
about you and
course.
stuff?
Not so. In all honesty, not everyone knew what they was accepting,
Right. Okay.
but people did. Do you know what I mean? It was a bit of a mix. People did and people didn't.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're clueless. What are they going to be doing with this fucking powder that comes through? And could be anything to them, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
bit of a shit trick to some people, but listen, when you're involved in doing not the best of things, it comes with them sort of.
How much were they getting paid? Or were they just
I'm
crap?
not too sure.
Oh, okay. It's all right, money. I'm just
It's
just
alright,
asking for a friend.
yeah. What's your address?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, they were getting looked after. Like, it weren't like, the money that was getting made was easily to make sure everyone was nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was nothing. There was no one being unfair or nothing like that.
Okay, cool. So you're in it now.
Yeah, man,
You moved, didn't you? You moved addresses.
we did.
And this is where the shed comes into it.
Yeah,
Right. So
farm
explain.
barn we
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Explain to everyone kind of exactly what this setup was.
So basically, we had an outer building, which was part of, like, we had a farmhouse, yeah. So it was like a little outer building. We had a top floor, that's where I done my work, and the bottom floor is where my dad done his work. Bit of a shithole, if I'm honest. Like, you can see it on the documentary. Fucking, if you've seen it yourself, man,
Yeah.
fucking. But listen, some of the best steroids were made in that fucking shed. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, we literally had like a cooking area, a mixing area. We had a tablet press, a V mixer which mixed the raws. And then we just had all like compartments for ingredients and this and that. It wasn't no science lab, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
everything was organized, do you know what I mean? But it was still a shithole.
There
So
was a
it's no, it makes up no
yeah, I was gonna
fucking
say, was it glamorous?
yeah.
There was a scene apparently where your dad had been inhaling quite a bit of it when
Yeah, of
making
course,
it.
fucking hell. When you're cooking it, obviously, because the fumes are coming up from the mixer, it sort of twats you a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
What
like
was your
you're
dad like on
taking
it?
them. My dad was angry, like yeah, he was angry man. And listen, I used to be scared of him. Do you know what I mean? So never mind when he was like juicing, but not juicing. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like sitting in the car with someone that's smoking a joint and you get
yeah.
high off the fumes.
So he
It's like,
wasn't even participating in it, but he had all the side
yeah,
effects.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair play.
Apart from weight gain,
Yeah, apart from getting big.
anger, and that, and fucking
Angry skinny
yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah, literally.
So that was happening. You mentioned earlier, obviously, about kind of the top class,
Yeah.
gear that was being made. Talk to us about how well that actually did.
So we were number one in the UK. So online there used to be this, well, there still is this website called Eroids, and you can check who's selling what and basically reviews, and they have like a little league table, as if you want to call it that, of websites and people that are producing it or whatever. And we were number one in the UK and top three in the world.
That is fucking insane
Yeah,
because you were doing it from this outhouse,
yeah, man.
and to have got to that point.
Yeah, I think it was the love. Listen, me and my dad are very we're very ambitious, and we like business, and we like doing well in, like, it could be fucking mopping the floor. We
Yeah,
want to make sure do you
sparkling.
get me? Yeah.
Yeah,
So like we put a lot of love and a lot of effort into what we were doing, and we wanted to
yeah.
be the best, you know what I mean?
How long was that? Like, so you were number one and you were really successful. How long did the success part of it last for?
Oh, ages.
Years?
Um well, I was only involved for about a year or so, maybe a little bit longer, but majority of that time, yeah,
Fantastic.
which is a good run, do you know what I
A
mean?
really good run.
Yeah,
Really, really good run. Um, you were making good money.
yeah, man.
Really good money.
So they say.
Allegedly,
So,
you were making
so
good
they
money.
say,
So
yeah.
I'll say allegedly before anything. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
allegedly,
you were
yeah.
allegedly making really good money.
Yeah.
Um, how did that change your life?
Just give me freedom. Just open my eyes up to a different world, when you've not had much money, and then you go to allegedly making all this money.
Mhm.
It opens your eyes up to different things, and I think it gives you more drive, and do you know what I mean? More go, and I want to do this now, and I want to do this, and I want to be this. Do you
Yeah.
get me?
Do you believe that you were led by money when you started getting it? Then it was like, I'm led by this. This is success for me.
I mean, it was a bit crazy, because at the same time I loved doing what I was doing. Do you know what I mean? And it was nice to be able to. We used to have like a laptop, and we used to sign in into this laptop every morning, and we check Eroids, we check our reviews and orders, and when you're seeing yourself so high, it's like, well, I want to keep that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the money was mint,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah.
The money was mint, allegedly. But it was like the pride and the like the success. Do you know what I mean? That give you like a different feeling completely. No one has a fucking clue who you are,
Yeah.
but everyone's writing about you on these websites and Google and this and that, and do you know what I mean? So it's sort of a crazy feeling, yeah. Yeah, one that you need to like feel, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's that high. It's
Yeah, it was
that
at high, mate.
yeah,
Yeah.
that high that you get. Some people get it from alcohol, some people get it from drugs, some people get it from sex, some people get it from so many different
Yeah, of
things.
course, man. It's a
Y-
thrill, innit?
Yeah, and it is, and you want to experience the next
And it's
step
very
of that.
addictive.
Yeah, and that's it.
Very addictive.
Have you got an addictive personality?
Depends to what. If it makes me, like, I like making money.
Mhm.
Um, I'd say I used to. I'd
Okay.
say I'd say now I'd say now I'm not like I was. I've changed quite a lot, and I've grown up quite a lot, and I've noticed flaws, and dealt with them. But back at maybe only just like 2-3 years ago, yeah, very 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 addictive person. I'm like 100% straight away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
All
mean?
or nothing.
Like if I can make a grand on the roulette, that's me. Boom.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've
So
hit a stage in your life
so the
now
last
where,
couple of years, I've
yeah,
just I've grown massively. Yeah, of
yeah.
course.
So you were doing successful, you were doing really well.
Yeah.
When did the cracks start appearing?
We started getting a lot of raws seized. Customs started getting onto us, and then, obviously we're not getting the raws now. We're not being able to make products, so we're running very low on products. I think we stopped doing bulk orders and just focused on the website. Excuse me. And then things just started to yeah, it wasn't good from there on really, like. But it did pick up. We had a little stage where it was shit. Or well, I say shit, like it was allegedly still amazing, but um yeah, we still got through that and carried on for quite a bit longer, like.
You were starting to get negative reviews though, weren't you? But it
Yeah, the
wasn't to do with
gear.
the product, was it?
It was, do you know what? We had a bit of a mishap with the raws. I think it was said in the documentary the raws had changed. And we couldn't keep up, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There was no keeping up with the demand.
yeah,
The supply couldn't keep up with the demand.
yeah,
And that's when it started crumbling a bit, and then we changed a few things, altered the system, and then that's when we took off again, like.
yeah. Because I remember seeing about kind of, it wasn't necessarily a product, it was about kind of people not getting back to them. And it was all around customer
We were
service.
fucking stressed, mate. Do you know what I mean? Listen, we used to get hundreds and hundreds of emails like daily. We were allegedly sending fucking bottles out by the thousands daily. Do you know what I mean? So it's very, very demanding. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And was it still just the two of you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just two of us.
How did that affect your you and Dad didn't have a great relationship anyway. How did it affect you then being in such demand?
We were best mates,
Oh, really?
Honestly, yeah. When we were working together and we were doing involved in the business and doing the job, we were fucking shit hot. We worked, do you know what? We worked amazingly, to be fair, and I did not expect it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I thought he's hothead. I'm hothead. Like, and we can both tell. I know when he's fucking got something on his mind, and he knows. But it was just cool, man. Do you know what? For the time and for what I done, I thoroughly enjoyed being his mate.
I love that.
Do you know what I mean? Because we were like best mates together all day, most days. And then, yeah,
I love that. I mean, because there were times in the show when I struggled to like I was quite angry with your dad at times in that when I was watching it because I was like, mate, come on, this is your son, and you're like going, nah, don't regret it, but I
I was just me,
struggled.
wasn't I? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? I've just gone in there and attacked the situation as myself.
yeah.
So, like,
But then I thought to myself afterwards, when I thought about your dad, actually, he was just being really honest. And he was
yeah,
just saying, I'm not going to pretend
yeah, of
that,
course.
that I wish I'd have done this or I wish I'd have done that.
Yeah,
And,
man.
and so I had a bit, that respect comes back when I'm like, actually, you know what, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was times when he wished he'd have done something slightly different, but you can't live in that,
Do you know what? He's a very good man, and he's grown a lot himself. And, listen, he might have just, the only problem is he might have just not been the best father. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, it doesn't make him,
Good for you. Know what? It's very well said.
a bad person,
Yeah.
and listen, I've got a fucking lot to blame for the way he was, you know what I mean? So when you accept and you realize that you're part of the problem as well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So extravagances wise, um, what kind of extravagance lifestyle? What were you buying and stuff?
Mate, I was just living nice, steak daily, proper steaks,
Good for you.
fucking designers, mate. I was designer head to toe, watches, holidays, just fucking living, man. Just
Yeah,
yeah, I loved at the time I was bad pothead, like I loved the joint. So I just go to Amsterdam all the time and just fuck off. And
yeah.
yeah, I was always shopping, paying for my mates. I told my mates I had a really good office job. So I was like, yeah, fucking
Same. That's why I was. I was like,
yeah,
God.
got a really good office job. And they're like, come on, let's go for food. And we're young at the time now. No one's really got anything going on apart from me. So I just take my mates out and yeah, just
Yeah,
living, man. Yeah.
absolutely. Do you regret it? Like
No,
living
there's
like that?
no regrets at all.
No.
Like it's part of me now,
Yeah.
and it taught me a lot. Like,
Yeah, I think people go, oh, you squandered your money on holidays and you so what? Like, because those are some of my best memories.
Money comes and
Yeah.
goes, and do you know what? When there's different type of people, and when you're on that money frequency and you've got money, you know, you always attract money when you do you know what I mean? So it's one of them, you know, you could spend £1,000 today and you can make £1,000 tomorrow. It just
Exactly.
depends who you are, do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Depends what you're about, and like you say, your ambition and drive and
Yeah.
your belief. I think your belief in you like, even like, it goes as deep as your imagination, and if you want to, you know, delve into it, it's deep, like, so
Yeah.
you can do it easy, yeah.
Yeah. So living your best life, having a great time, getting on with your dad.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, everything seems great. Everything seems fantastic. You go through a bit of a up and down with you
Little
know,
roller coaster, yeah.
yeah. Then when did it really hit you? If it hit you, when did it really hit you that something's going wrong here?
Do you know what? It I was a little bit paranoid that we were getting watched, and I mentioned it a few times, but other than that, there was no inkling, you know,
Yeah,
because
nothing.
because we were doing well again. Do you know what I mean? Because we got out of this shitty little rut, and then we started doing well again. So I'm thinking, is right, we're on the fucking rise here, and I'm 18, 19 years old now, whatever it was, thinking, no, I've got this for the rest of my life here. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? I'm gonna make fucking millions here in the long run, in years and
yeah,
years.
yeah.
I'm fucking set. Do you know what I mean? So there was no inkling that until they knocked the fucking door off.
Which made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
You were in bed, yeah.
I was fucking bollocked in bed, mate. I used to live in this room well, at the time I'd met my daughter's mum, yeah.
Yeah,
So I was living at her house quite a lot. So she lived in Chester and we were in rural Wales in St. Asaph. So I'd drive up to work and I'd go back there, and because I had a life, my life was still down there again. Do you know what I mean? So fucking happens for one night. I've gone to my dad's house, and I had a lock on me. I had like this little frail fucking wooden door, and I had a lock on it, and they were like knocking dead polite. It's the police, and I said, "You can fucking hang on a minute. I'm fucking naked here. I like get some clothes on." Do you know what I mean? And it was all. Do you know what? It wasn't expected. Like,
yeah,
apart from the door,
yeah.
it was pretty just like, cuffed sofa, back of the fucking pig car into the station sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
So you had a daughter by then,
Yeah, by the time I got sentenced, by the time I got sent down, I had a little girl, yeah.
and I know, obviously from watching it, I know that was the. I think from what you said that you'd have been all right with getting sent down and whatever, but it was the fact that you had a daughter.
Yeah, I wasn't too arsed, until I wasn't too bothered at all until I had my little girl, yeah.
Yeah, and then did you struggle massively with that?
Yeah, yeah, ate away at me the whole time until I went then, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Not a nice feeling. It's just because it's constant, like, in your back of your mind, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I was ended up dreaming about it, and like, as crazy as it sounds, I felt like my mind was playing tricks on me and I was seeing things, and, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So you
Like
think
it.
that added to the paranoia with like thinking you were being watched and stuff?
Oh no, so I didn't have my daughter by the
Oh,
time.
okay.
The daughter was after I'd got
Right,
My
okay.
daughter was after I got fucking
Yeah.
went to jail. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this was the
Yeah.
part now that fascinated me, right? Really fascinated me. Call me naive. Every time I was watching it, I was like, I kept saying to the TV, "This is only steroids." Like, this is the way that you had these foolishness detective inspectors and somebody sitting behind a shadow talking about how, oh, it's really like. I just kept thinking to myself, "There's predators out there. There's kids
Mate, a
being,
nonce gets a name
yeah,
change, do you know what I mean? It's fucking
absolutely."
disgusting,
And I
mate.
was like, "You're putting this much time and effort into some bloke and his kid in a shed, right?
Yeah, man.
And there's literal
It
pedos out there."
falls down to money, mate.
Absolutely.
That's all it falls down to.
Yeah.
It's the same as anything. Listen, nonces, like, I don't know what I can say and can't say on here, but half the government are fucking paedophile nonces. Do what say,
Mm,
and I've been very anti-government my whole life,
yeah.
like, very, like, it was quite a big thing for me to do the BBC, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, 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 and it
Yeah.
took me a lot, and so, you see these rapists and that they're not doing nothing with money.
No.
They're just
Yeah, yeah.
do you know what I mean? So
It's
when
not
you
costing anyone anything, is
when
it?
you're stealing off the government,
Oh, it's costing.
which they say you're stealing because you're not paying no
Yeah.
tax, they're not happy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
do not like it.
I So that angered me. It really wound me up.
Yeah.
Really wound. I mean, the more I kept watching it, I kept thinking, are they taking the piss?
Do you know what? I've had so many messages about that where people are saying, mate, it was only steroids. But that's when I keep saying it's, look, you know, to import 2.2 mil worth pound of allegedly of
Yeah.
a drug that you cook up to then make more money off.
But
Pardon
yeah,
me.
so it's not necessarily
They're not
a
happy.
drug. It's the money that you've been
Yeah,
arrested for.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the same as anything. They just don't like you having fucking backhanders, do they?
Absolutely not. So when you got those, so there's elements just make me laugh as well. Like you and your dad in the dock really genuinely made me laugh.
Yeah,
Like kicking off
kicking off,
it.
mate. Yeah, kicking off. Well, we'd not spoken for time. Well, do you know what? The relationship was quite rocky after we got nicked, and I sort of went my separate way. Um, I moved back down to D side, Chester ways, and he just stayed where he was in a different house. And it was very, very rocky from there on. And we'd fall out. We'd get on for a couple of weeks and we'd fall out for months. Like we were on bail for like 3, 4 years. So the relationship was like that again, all the way throughout. Do you know what I mean? So we'd not seen each other for a bit of time. And I'd had a few beers me before court, and I know he was having a few beers as well. So well, that's us again now, sort of like there's no fear now. The alcohol's
Yeah.
sort of in us, and
Punch and Judy.
yeah, literally, mate. And I remember fucking, because when you get sent down, they say it in months. They don't say it in years.
Mm.
And I think it was like 84 months, the fucking gavel fucking. So I'm like, you fucking dickhead, kicking off. And he's not going to take me calling that him in front of anyone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
never, let alone to his face in person. Like, he would not have it in front of anyone. Like, so he stood up, I've stood up, and we've just fucking gone at each other, and the guards are in the middle. And
So
it was like, mate,
genuinely,
it was like a fucking movie scene, mate, but it was for real. Do you know what I
like
mean?
a real life Punch and Judy show.
Literally, mate, it was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
So you got 84 months.
I got 7 years down to a 5, and then I took it to the Courts of Appeal in London and appealed my case because if I'm honest, mate,
You got what?
7 years down to a
See,
5.
this is me not knowing how to do maths. I don't fucking know what 84 months is.
Crazy, mate.
You got 7 years.
Yeah, down to a 5. Yeah, the max sentence for Class C, basically. Yeah, they say imprisonment up to 14 years, but the max is, do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got the max.
Yeah.
They say that for fucking most things.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
How did you feel when you heard that?
oh mate, I was just fucking gobsmacked, just like I didn't know how to handle it. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, the only thing that was going through my mind was my daughter.
Yeah.
Nothing else. I'm all right. Do you know what I mean? I'm sound. I've been through a lot worse shit than going to jail. Do you know what I mean?
Did you feel, because obviously I know we laughed and joked about you and your dad like having a punch up and stuff, but was your anger stemmed at him because you felt like he'd cost you your time with your daughter?
Do you know what? I just had so much anger for him my whole life from a
in that
young
moment.
age that it just kept amplifying and kept getting worse and worse and worse, and then shittier things were happening. Do you know what I mean? But I think my daughter does come into it a lot of it. Yeah, of course.
So, as a whole, with everyone involved, because this was another thing that blew my mind. How long was it all in all with everyone? Wasn't it like 50 odd years or
Yeah,
something?
something like that. Yeah, 40, 50 odd years. Yeah,
What the fuck? Right, and I have to say
crazy,
this,
mate. Like
and I
crazy,
have to
like
say this, right, as a tax-paying, almost law-abiding citizen, right, allegedly, as a tax-paying, law-abiding citizen, right, I have seen paedophile rings, gangs, so 6 or 7 people who combined don't even get that.
mate. I've seen some heavy shit, and I've seen people get nicked for some heavy shit, and I've not seen them even get a 5. Do you know
No,
what I mean?
ever.
It's quite
So
deep when you think about it.
so I just encourage people who are watching and listening to this to maybe think about that and to think about
Not
what
cooking
really,
steroids,
yeah,
people.
no, what
Yeah.
makes this country go round is obviously clearly money.
The world, mate.
Yeah.
Corrupt as fuck.
So I want to talk to you a bit about your time inside.
Yeah. Do you know what, mate? I'm gonna
Quick
start it off. I had a fucking right time. As simple as that. I made the most of it, mate. No problems at all. In a cell with my dad and all the boys on the wing. It was fucking, people can believe it or not. When I landed on the wing, so I'd done alt course. Alt course was a bit shit, but then I got to a jail in Wrexham, which is basically, it's only 20 minutes from me. So you knew a lot of people, do you know what I mean? And then I was with these lads from Landudno. They're fucking some of the best lads I've ever met, yeah. And the Welsh are pretty crazy, do you know what I mean? So we just had such a laugh, mate. Such a laugh. Obviously, listen, it was shit, and there was times, I'm not even gonna lie, I cried a couple times, you know, missing my daughter, my family, and my life, and then a lot of the time, mate, yeah, I just laughed,
Yeah.
laughed and laughed and laughed, yeah. I always ask, or I say, I'd love some of the CCTV, you know, from the laughs, and yeah, yeah,
My friend went and she said, when I said, you know, what was it? She was like, I had the best time ever. She went,
big youth
listen,
club,
yeah, she was like, I had the best time ever. She was like, it is what it is. You know, and some people do have it tough, and we know that. I'm sure you've
yeah,
seen
man.
stuff in there where you're like, shit.
I've seen some heavy shit, mate, but I think a lot of it's like just your mindset and who you are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you listen. It's the same. It's the same in life. Trouble only comes to you when you cause trouble. You don't just.
You better tell the truth, shame the devil. That is the God's honest
Do you know what I
truth.
mean,
That
mate?
is the truth. People don't know that. People
Yeah.
that do not
So
know that.
people when they say I can't catch a fucking break, well, no fucking wonder.
Yeah.
Look, have a look at other things that you're up
Yeah.
to, or you know, it's as simple as lying or
Yeah.
not being a good person. You know.
Oh, drama just attracts
Yeah.
me. No. You
You.
attract drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
People,
nail on the head, mate.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Drama does not attract you. You are not attracting it to you
yeah.
because it's just I'm here in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Of course, man.
No. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time is getting hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Of
That's
course.
and
Yeah.
even then you should take some accountability for that. But
Yeah.
drama is you are the person.
You attract what you
Yeah.
are, innit?
Yeah. I can step into drama just as quickly as I can step out
Yeah.
of it.
Exactly that, mate.
So I agree with that.
Doesn't change in jail.
Yeah.
You know, you only get trouble in jail if you cause it.
There
It's
you
as
go.
simple as that.
There you go. Yeah, fair play for you for being open about that. Do you think you grew in jail?
Yeah, mate, saved my life.
Wow.
Literally saved me as a person. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, 100. I say that to anyone. Yeah, saved me. And I've either been on something worse was coming for me because I was up to, you know, allegedly up to other things, and you know, I'd have ended up in a worse position, like a big sentence, I reckon.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, just made me mature. Just I felt like I went in there as like a boy, very weak-minded boy, and then I felt like I come out as a fucking man. Do you know what I mean?
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
What was your biggest takeaway from it when you were inside? I know it was great. I know you had a great time, but I know that obviously then you missed your daughter so much.
Yeah, do you know, just I feel like time, it made me value time and living in the present, you
Yeah.
know, being present in everything and in the moment and just appreciating everything, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally.
There are times when people who they say reoffenders, you know, you go back in and whatever, you know, the truth is it really is easy to deal, you know, drugs and stuff. It really, really is.
I
But
wouldn't know.
allegedly,
Yeah.
I don't know that, by the way.
Yeah,
Imagine
no,
me trying to deal drugs. Jesus Christ, I'll tell everyone.
yeah.
I was banged up within my first week. But I think it's really easy to go back into a life of crime. Is
Yeah,
what I say.
I can imagine so, yeah.
You learn so much because you went in. Well, how old were you when you went in?
I was 20, no, 22.
22.
Yeah,
And then you came out when you're how
it's
old?
25.
Okay.
23,
That a
25.
period of your life there is when we do some of our most stupid shit
Yeah.
in that ages. You couldn't because you were banged up.
Do you know what? I'd say that I'd done my stupid shit at a young age.
Yeah.
When I was 13, 14, I was hanging around with lads that were 18, 19.
Yeah.
So I was quite lucky to, you know, it made me mature really fast
Are you done with
in
your
them
stupid
ways.
shit?
Yeah, I'm finished, man.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, do you know what? I'm just happy. I have my daughter all the time. I do my work and I just live my life. Do you know what I mean? I just stay out of trouble.
when you watch the documentary back,
Yeah.
is there anything that you look on there and you think I regret massively?
What I said on there,
Yeah.
what I said during filming.
Yeah.
No.
Good for you.
Do you know
It's the
what?
BBC,
Do you know
mate. They're
what?
gonna
It's
find
so
something.
yeah, fuck the BBC,
Yeah.
but and thank you to the BBC
Yeah.
at the same time. Do you know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
Like hats off to them because I wouldn't be getting into these
Yeah.
positions that I'm getting myself into now. So I'm grateful for that. But you know what? It's so easy to live in the past.
Yeah.
so easy, and a lot of people live in the past.
They love it.
Yeah, because it's what they're used to and what they
Yeah.
know, and people like being comfy, even if it's with negative thoughts.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Not a lot of people can accept the fact that you can be uncomfortable to be happy and growing.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely. And I think, I look at you and I look at, first of all, as well, were you happy with the guy that played you
Who, my dad?
in the
Oh, who played?
played.
Oh, played.
Sorry.
No, he looks fucking nothing like me. Do you know? Listen, and do you know what as well? Have you seen the fucking guy with long hair in the car? And he says, "This is me, scrawny." I fucking bring them up with that, actually. Even my daughter said to me, "That's not you." So I was fucking 90 kilos at 14, 15. Are you mad? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, it pissed me off, actually, that did, yeah.
just bought it.
Considering me, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Fucking note that down on my phone.
Yeah.
To be fucking
And I being
telling you.
fully, they did your dad really dirty.
Mate, come on.
They did your
Come
dad
on, there's
so
so many
dirty on
options.
that.
I'd have played myself if
Yeah.
they fucking give me a fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they did you both dirty there, but really, yeah.
Didn't do to me fucking
Sorry,
good.
it came into my head. I remember thinking I must say that.
Yeah.
It's just
Mate, listen, it's funny because I've had birds message me saying you're fit, but the actor's not, and I'm like, fucking, it's not me, you fool. Do you know what I mean? Where's this come from? Like,
Yeah.
fucking.
So what's next?
Do you
know,
know
for
what?
you?
If I'm completely honest, I'm really, really, really unsure. I want to try and do good with this platform that I'm hopefully gonna get and create. And I would like to maybe go into youth talk or youth work. Sorry, pardon me. Or like sorry, my phone. Or I'd like maybe like bit of life coaching or something along the lines. I'd like to give back and help people.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
What advice now are you giving to these? And it's not about steroids anymore. This is about gangs as who are kind of thinking it's cool to do, like, get into dealing anything. What advice are you giving to them?
Do you know what? Whatever you put your effort into, when you're really sure on what you want, you can have that legally. It just takes the same amount of work and the same mindset. It's a lot easier to do it illegally because things are more accessible, and it's just it's a different. You can do it the same legal. You just got to be willing and determined and just disciplined, and people want to cut corners all the time and take the easy route. And being legal is it's a lot harder, but it's a lot more rewarding, and you're not looking over your shoulder all the time, not living with anxiety, paranoia, and you can fucking do something with the money that you're making. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on there. You've lived an experience.
Very, very experienced in
Yeah.
that sort of, of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely. I feel like for you, you've got a lot going for you. You've got the
Thank you, mate.
personality.
Thank you. Well, I hope so, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I believe in God, so whatever He's got for me,
Yeah.
I pray to God and Jesus Christ that, He's going to help me down this road and on my path. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely in the same. I agree massively. Well, thanks for coming here.
Thank you, man.
I
Thank you
really
for having me.
appreciate it. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you.
No, I've had a cracking time.
Good,
mate. Yeah,
good.
cracking
People,
time.
people come off here and they go, "He was a dick."
Nah, you're cool,
Yeah,
man.
thanks.
Yeah,
Nobody said that about me yet because I will fight you.
yeah, yeah. Me too.
But yeah, exactly. And for everyone else, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate if you comment, like, subscribe. Be nice in the comments because you know what I always say. I'll come and find you. No, be nice in the comments and keep watching. Thank you very much.